Oh, my name is Anna White from Westfield Accounting, based in Moni, Gauteng. Contact details are number 076 10799.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for introducing yourself, Anna. And for those of you who are watching, if you go and check in the archives of the videos that we've got in our groups, there are 1 or 2 conversations that I have with Anna where she helps to explain business bookkeeping that you might actually enjoy quite a bit. And then, Carol.
Hi, my name is Carol Tebbutt. I live in Durban. I have 2 businesses. I have the safety agent where I compile health and safety files, assist with COVID training and compliance officers. And then on the sideline, I do tada, which I absolutely love. Yeah. And my number is 082-921-7360. And I live in Durban, in Pinetown in KwaZulu-Natal.
That's awesome. Thank you, Carol. So Anna, Carol has been one of my students for a very, very long time. So it's wonderful being in a virtual room with you today, Carol. Thank you.
Always, Melanie.
That's good. That's very nice.
Okay, so today is a networking event. So I'm maybe going to ask both of you ladies a couple of questions. So Anna, what do you enjoy the most in a networking event? What works for you in a networking event that you enjoy and get value out of?
I think discussing with other people, what their problems are, and you're finding out that you're not the only one having that problem. And so being through it, at least give you some solutions or ideas of how you can, whatever your problem is. I think it's a great community. I really enjoy it, especially when you come online.
Oh, thank you.
I really enjoy your networking, and I find it very informative and useful and enjoyable. I think that's what the real thing is. It's enjoyable. It's, you don't have to go outside to go and have a good cup of coffee, with some friends and have a chat.
Yes.
It's in-house and you write down, and I really enjoy it. So thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for participating, because, if I don't have people participating, then it doesn't work either. It falls right down. So thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no.
Thank you. And Carol?
The network, so basically your network is just, your business is just expanded. So every single one of your network is your employer.
Yes.
Your employee. So it's just expanding that business. And, you say it, so for example, I'll say to Anna, I need somebody that can help me with my tax, whatever the case is. And okay, well, I can do that. Or my friend around the road can do that. So it's just, whenever you meet anybody, there's so much networking, and you don't realize how powerful it is.
Yes.
Until you ask for something, and you mustn't be scared to ask.
Yes.
Because it comes out.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And where do you find your favorite networking events, Carol?
I belong to, I'm on quite a lot of different committees.
Okay.
And I also belong to BNI. I don't know if you've heard of BNI.
Yes, I have. And tell those people watching who don't know, so that there's something educational in it for them too.
Okay. Business Network International, it's a worldwide community network, and if you want anything, that there's a whole lot of core values that you have to comply by. So you have to make sure that you quote and honest, and there's so many values that you have to live by. And you can look for anybody anywhere in the world and find assistance. Whatever and you meet once a week, and we still meet virtually, and it's just phenomenal. I love it. I really do.
It's very interesting to hear you say that they kind of align you around their core values, and that's a very mindful part of what they do.
Yeah, I've been a member for about 3 years now.
Okay.
And it really helps you a lot.
Okay. And where would we find a local BNI chapter? How would we go about doing that?
You would just look on Google, BNI Connect. I could send you the link if you want.
Okay.
And then you just, BNI Connect, and then you can just type and find a chapter around your area. And then you can send an email through to the relevant president, and they will get in touch with you and send you a Zoom link.
Okay.
And when,
Okay, that's amazing. Okay, awesome. So maybe when I post this video, would you mind just coming back with those links for the people who are watching straight in the comments? That would be awesome. Thank you.
I will do that.
Awesome. And Anna, where do you do most of your networking, and which networking events kind of work out better for you than others?
Right now, I haven't got that many. Mainly when you put them up, I make sure I watch for those. And then I also belong to a weekly chat on a Friday morning from 8 to 9. It is run by a gentleman called Kenny Art from Archer Inspirations. Okay. And it is a wonderful networking. You just discuss whatever's on your mind, whatever ups and downs you've had, and whatever you want to talk about for the day. And he's normally got a topic he puts out there for everybody to pass comments on, and it's quite interesting, and I enjoy it. And that's about the 2 networkings I do right now.
Okay.
That I have time for.
Yes. And do you feel like growing your business, Anna?
Not growing my business as such right now, but I think as a person, they have, sort of helped me certain things into perspective after COVID has, sort of whacked us with our feet from underneath us.
Yes.
Because you think you're the only one who got the problem, who suffered, or, going through whatever. And it's sort of perspective that you're not the only one out there. And it does help to talk about it. So, it does, networking, I think, sort of helped me as in my first capacity, grow and to, look at things differently and learn new things. Suddenly going digital, which I've never really had to do in my business, learning new things for old people. So it's been good, to sort of, awaken you, because you sort of get into a groove and you sort of stay there because it's comfortable.
Yes.
So kind of been knocked out of that.
Yes. So Anna, as somebody who's watched you grow in your competence online, from where I'm sitting, you're doing a fantastic job.
Well, thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
I must give you most of the credit because, I really enjoy your networking.
Okay, fantastic. I'm so happy to hear that
Melanie's very, very inspiring.
Thank you, Carol. Carol, when did I meet you? Which year was it?
I've been trying to think. 19. The kids were still small, so it was in the 80s, in the 90s.
Wow, that far back.
It was a long time ago. It was a very long time ago.
Thank you for walking such a long road with me.
My only regret is that when I bought your book that you wrote in it, but we didn't put a date in it. That is my only regret. Okay.
Well, the next time you see me, you bring it with, and I'll remedy that for you. And because they're soon to be out of print, it's becoming collectible.
Oh, very good.
So hang on to your copy, and then in 20 years' time, you can sell it.
Signed by the author.
I've got I've got both the books.
Okay.
Yeah, that's. But Anna, you should honestly look at at BNI in your area.
Yes.
And I can get your details. I'll if you can send me your phone number in the chat, and then I will put you in touch with somebody in that area.
Okay, fantastic. And I'm not committing too much right
Please,
now.
I've sort of looked at it.
Yes,
Sorry?
I'm listening, Anna.
I've been looking at it. I have been looking at it, but I just haven't got to it. It's like on my to-do list, which I'm slowly working through.
Yes. Okay, so now Carol can.
About it,
So Carol
I
can
need to
fast
shove
track
in
it
that
for you.
direction.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be great.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, and then in terms of the group, is there anything that you'd like us to talk about more often? Is there any topic that you'd like me to talk about now while I'm here with you?
My biggest thing is like charging people, because I know you've spoken about it ad nauseum. It's like charging for the right amount for your work and knowing your worth. That is so important. And yeah,
Yes.
whenever I think about paying, I think about you and your story.
you know who else you must read? Amanda Palmer's book, The Art of Asking. And in there she has an expression that she uses that says, just eat the donuts. So if somebody's offering you that donut, you just say thank you graciously and you eat it.
Yeah.
Because I also know that some of us, and I speak from my own experience here, who don't feel that self-worth to necessarily charge all the time, or possibly it's just a generosity of spirit that you like to help people, you know, that you can end up feeling like, you know, you can't charge for these things and stuff. And then when people are trying to give you a bona fide order, you sort of give them all this defensive excuses back instead of just saying, thank you so much for your payment. And just because I'm saying this doesn't mean I'm not aware. I do this myself sometimes. I've got to like kick myself and go, okay, this is where you ask them for the money.
Yeah.
So, and it's very, very common. It's not like the minority of people that I meet are comfortable with asking for the money, especially in the early stages of business. And I think also in later stages of business when it becomes entrenched, because then it almost becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You feel like you've left it so late and you're so far behind. Where are you going to start now? But that makes it all the more urgent to begin now. But also, you know, yes. I saw a great saying the other day that said, ask them for money at the door. So you know, I know on the internet and with the social networks, everyone's saying you've got to give something away for free. You've got to be generous with your free stuff. But there's also a point where you have to say, okay, this I pay for.
Yeah.
And there is some expectation from some people that it should all be for free because there is so much for free. And you really just have to start to understand that those people who squeak the loudest are not your customers. Don't even try and convince them. It's fine. They have a different reality to yours, and you need to pay your rent, and you know what you need to do that. Yeah. Anna, do you have a challenge, like a bit of a hump you've got to get over when you ask people for money?
I don't have a problem in asking for money, and I got burned about, I think, 4 or 5 years ago, and where I now got the policy that if you don't pay me, I don't work. I'll just sit at home and do nothing and do something for you for nothing.
Yes.
Unless it's really, you know, we decided, you know, it's a gift. I want to do it, but, you know, good about business, that you are services, you pay for it. If you don't pay me, I'm not going to do it. I'd rather sit at home and knit and crochet and whatever.
Yes.
You know, and look up the sunshine and do something for nothing, because a lot of people there, my feeling is a lot of people who cry, you know, but don't have money are the people who've really got more money than what we have got. And that's been my, you know, experience.
Yes.
The problem I have got is just trying to find now a happy medium and what to charge my clients for the work I do. Because some will say you touch, and then you hear people saying we've got to charge for what we are worth.
Yes.
And in my industry right now, when I go on Facebook, I see there are so many people out there doing what I do. And they money that they will cut your price in half. So you've got to decide, you're going to go down to that level, or you're going to stay at what you think you're worth, charge that out, and just hope that the right customer comes along who's willing to pay for it, so they're willing to pay the higher price. They don't give you the runaround. If you go down to the lower price, they want more and more for nothing, and they don't want to really give you a hard time.
Yes.
You think the money I'm charging, like $100, is it really worth it at the end of the day?
Yes.
That is a challenge I'm really battling with now. It's just finding a between the people are charging much and the middle people are charging, as far as I'm concerned, too little, because everybody's so desperate for work right now.
Yes.
I just don't want to outsell myself.
Yes. And so a friend of mine this week wanted to sell a vehicle, and without doing proper research, posted the vehicle at a particular price, and then got this deluge of phone calls from people going, why is it so cheap? What's wrong with it?
Yeah, exactly.
So as soon as you become too cheap, then the perception is that there is something faulty with your service or product. Yes. So it's also quite important that you position yourself and you position your value, and you don't give it all away. Find ways to get people to pay for things, and trust that those who are only in it for the free stuff are not your customers. Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, have we done challenges for both of you? Did I do challenges for you, Carol?
No.
What are your challenges?
Yeah, well, exactly. Trying to find the people that should be spending the money on, for example, for COVID, to cover themselves, make sure that they're compliant. Safety is always the last thing on anybody's mind. It's always back of mind. It's like, I'll do it, and then when the Department of Labor comes and everything falls apart, then it's like, we need it today. We need it now. So it's a little bit difficult that way. Yes. But I'm getting there, but it is a challenge, yeah.
Yes.
I'll also make sure that people pay up front, because often they order something and then they don't pay. Well, I deliver it and then they don't pay me.
Yes. Yes.
So,
do you find there is that kind of prevailing culture?
Yes, most definitely. Most definitely.
Okay. I used to think it was particular to my industry.
No. There are so many sharks out there. It is frightening. It is absolutely frightening.
Yes, yes, yes. It takes quite a lot of courage for somebody. I know when I started business in the 1990s, it was, you would give something to get something. So you'd say to people, okay, give me a 50% deposit and you pay the balance when I deliver. And you can't even afford to operate on those terms anymore. It's now pay me in full up front. I trust myself to deliver. But I'm not going to get off my couch unless there's an incentive for me to move.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah. So Anna, what do you enjoy most about being self-employed?
I'm my own boss.
Yes.
You don't have anybody else, giving you feel. And if something goes wrong, it stops with you. And you know it. So, when you know what you're doing, you don't have somebody breathing down your neck, questioning your ability and your decisions.
Yes.
Are you capable? Do you know what you're doing? And, you know, second guessing you, I think.
Yes.
I think is the biggest problem I always had.
Okay.
People not thinking, you know, you're capable of doing the job when you, well, that employed you for it, as you know, but they always second guess you,
Yes.
and they don't care what you do, you're doing, but they seem to know better and more than what to do.
Yes.
And, you know, like Carol said, everybody else is your employees, and I can actually choose who my employees are.
Yes.
And I don't have to, you know, sit with them and try and get rid of them if I don't like them or it just doesn't work out.
Yes.
So you can be keen choosy about who you work with, how you work, and, you know, when it comes to what I do, you know, a lot of ethics are involved.
Yes.
If you're not ethical and honest, then I don't have to work with you. When you work in a company, if the managers, the bosses, or your employees, co-workers aren't ethical, there's nothing you can actually do about it.
Yes.
You've just got to suck it up.
Yes. Absolutely.
So I think just being able to do my own thing, you know, and decide what I want and what is right and wrong. And, you know, you don't have to tell me what is right and wrong.
Yes.
I know what I need to do and I know what's right.
Yes.
So that, I think, is to me the most challenging thing. And I can choose, you know, I wouldn't say choose my hours, but at least working for myself, I have a lot more time for my family than what I did when I was working for an employer.
Yes. Yes. That's
Because,
awesome.
you know, pay you salary and I think for 24 hours.
Yes.
So it actually works. I've got more time for my husband and my kids.
Yes. Yes. That's a wonderful reflection. Thank you so much, Anna. And Carol?
Being working for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, it is, because you are definitely a bit more flexible. But sometimes when you've got other challenges, you have to like make sure that you prioritize, because
Yes.
that, you know, helping somebody else is not going to bring your bread and butter on the table.
Yes.
But yes, not having another somebody to report to, and as Anna said, you know, they think that you own you.
Yes.
I was in corporate for 34 years, and if I could turn back the clock, I wouldn't do what I did in those days.
Okay.
It's very nice to have to be your own boss.
Yes. Yes. A lot of autonomy is a big word for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so ladies, we're coming near to the end of our time. I would like to thank both of you very much for spending time with me. I appreciate this so very much. And thank you for sharing your experiences so we could co-create some content that others can enjoy. So I just think that we're going to end with a round of goodbyes. And if you will just give out your contact information, so if anybody wants to get hold of you to order what you do, then they've got your contact info. So we'll start with you, Anna.
Telephone number is 076 1010 and email address is info@wheatfieldaccounting.co.za.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. And Carol, your contact information?
My number is 082-921-7360, and my email address is carol@thesafetyagent.co.za.
Okay, so that's for occupational health and safety.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So thank you so much, ladies, for spending time with me today. I appreciate it very much, and I'll see you at the next event.
And thank you so much for taking the time, Melanie. Appreciate it.
Pleasure. Pleasure.